Yes guys, so today we're going to review this 520D Touring. Take a look. So guys, a relatively standard car here. The seats on these are really comfy. Find them much better in the 5 Series than in the 3 Series. A lot broader seat. Externally, this car is pretty much standard. I think it's had the M Sport kit fitted aftermarket, but bodywork wise, it's very nice. I particularly like the chrome trim. It's got tiny odd parking mark, scrape here and there, but generally it's, for the age of it, it's in very good condition. I think when the E60 came out, it was a very modern car. It was a big departure from what BMW were doing previously, and it took a while for people to get on board with it. So yeah, sorry guys, I do keep saying it E60, but I am aware it is actually the E61. The E60 is the saloon, the E61 is the estate, which is obviously the car we're reviewing. Now the E60 range came out in 2003. That's 20 years ago now. Wow, it's unbelievable. But yeah, 2003, and the finished production in 2010. And on offer then was, we had a 2 litre for the petrol range. We had a 2 litre 4-cylinder. We had a 2.2 6-cylinder, which I actually had one of them. It was horrendously slow. All the way up to 3 litre, which was a 6-cylinder, and it really was, at that time, the 3 litre petrol, the 6-cylinder petrols they weren't very powerful compared to the diesel variants that were coming through. As I say, we had the 6-cylinder 2.2 unit, and it was absolutely terrible. It were greedy on, it were reliable, but it was so greedy on fuel. It was so slow. It were almost dangerously slow. It was that bad, guys. Yeah. But there was up to a 3 litre, which would have been a bit quicker. But with the 2.2 6-cylinder, you got all the downsides of the 3 litre with none of the performance. So that's one to stay away from. They also brought out the 3 litre 6-cylinder, which is the N54 engine, which was in the 335i, which was the E92 range. That was a fantastic engine. I've not driven one in the E60 or the E61. I did have a 335 E90, the saloon version, and what a fantastic car that was. The engine was absolutely brilliant. It was a twin turbo unit, and in fact the following S55 engine, which went into the M3, was based heavily off the M54, so it has got a bit of heritage as the M54. So that was it with the 6 cylinders. We went all the way up to a 4, and then 4.8 litre V8, and obviously who can forget the 5 litre V10. Diesel wise, we had 3 units on offer. We had the 2 litre 4-cylinder, which is what's in this car. Fantastic engine. On the LCI version, that we're kicking out just under 180 brake horsepower. Now this particular car wearing has been mapped, and I'll tell you how you can tell this. If you pop the car into park and rev, the car should have a soft limiter on it. if the car doesn't have a soft limiter and it revs all the way around to the red line, you know your car's being remapped. Now, I knew from driving this car that it would be remapped, because you could just tell. We think from driving it and driving similar cars, it feels like it's got similar performance to the 530D. So I'm reckoning it's running around 220 brake, which is probably about right a remap. I think the standard 178, so 40 brake increase in unreasonable to expect. Now the 2 litre engine, guys, is absolutely fantastic in this car. It really is. It's more than powerful enough, especially with the remap on. And we're getting around town, and it's returning 33 to 34 miles per gallon around town, and that's short journeys. That's sort of doing a mile, 2 mile at a time, you know, really not getting up any momentum at all. The last daily driver we had, which was a Jaguar X-Type 2.2 diesel, that was doing around the same miles per gallon, which again were good. Now the Jaguar was only kicking out 140 brake. This is kicking out over 200, so for the BMW to still return that same mile per gallon, so much more power, you know, it is a feat of engineering by BMW. And this engine, the 2 litre engine in this, actually still went on into the, and derivatives that are still in the new range of BMWs. It went on into the 4 Series, and on and on and on. But it really is the one to go for, in my opinion. If you're wanting performance, then obviously you'd have to look at, personally, if I wanted performance, I'd be looking at the 3 litre twin turbo. You're still going to get a reasonable economy from that, and you'll obviously get more power. But I do believe that diesels in these type of luxury cars, diesel engines are the best thing for it, especially with a BMW diesel. It's not as clattery, they're very quiet, they're very refined. You know, if you drove this car with this 2 litre in it, and then you drove a 530D, you'd be hard pushed to notice the difference. You really would. And I've had a 530D, so I'm sort of I'm in a position to make that comment as well, in an unjustified comment. But moving on, drive wise, it drives great, it drives lovely. There were, when they came out, they did come with run flats. Some still will have run flats on. It did spoil the ride a bit. This car here doesn't have run flats on, and it rides absolutely lovely. It really does. I mean, it can't really fault it. It handles absolutely lovely. It handles well, and it's comfortable. It's the best of both worlds. It's what you expect of a BMW. It really is. So tech wise, there's not the right lot, let's be honest. It has got Bluetooth for the mobile phone, but it will not play it will not play you know, you can't play your music through it. It has got aux input, so you can plug your phone in that way and do it. Other than that, it's got 6 CD changer, and it's got a CD actually in the dash, so that's, you can get 7 CDs in there if you've still got any CDs. I know I haven't. But literally, the gearbox in this ZF gearbox, 6-speed, bulletproof again. Very rarely go wrong. The engines very rarely go wrong. You might get the electrical gremlin, which you're going to get on any 20-year-old prestige car, because the tech on them just does fail. It doesn't last forever. But as an all-round car, I do believe that for value for money, I do believe that the 520D, either they're in the E60 or the Touring E61 range, I think it will be, you'll be able to spend your money better if you're looking for an affordable car, guys. So let me know what you think anyway below. If you enjoy these videos, please let me know. Thank you.